Hello, my name is Barry White, and today I'll be singing for you. This is part 4 of the P-47 build. As you can hear, my voice isn't fantastic. I've got a heavy cold and a throat infection, so if you send me all your thoughts and prayers, yeah, that'd be great. So what we'll do is hopefully we'll crack on with it today. I know I'm off to work tomorrow, so hopefully I can get a bit more done. And yeah, so what we'll do is crack on with it. Shut up, Lenny, just turn the camera around. Okay, I will. Right, go and have a look. Right, what we got is the canopy to mask up. I did get the Eddard die cut one, purely because the actual framing, although it's quite nicely done, it's not prominent enough to actually put your own sort of like Tamiya tape down and carve it out. When I looked at it, I just thought, well, I'll give it a go, and it lasted for about half a minute because I just thought, do you know what, Lenny, you're going to bugger this up, so don't bother. So I went out and bought one of these, and basically I'm not going to show you do all of it because it's pretty self-explanatory anyway, but pop that out. You've got the old instructions here. And yeah, so what I'm going to do now is just watch a bit of the old professionals, and yeah, oh, I've got the masking for that as well, which is nice. I've already done that bit. Oh, you get tyres as well. Bloody hell, I didn't realise that. I thought it was just a canopy. Oh, ding dang do. Right, I'll crack on with this and I'll get back to you in a minute. Right, what I've done is they are on the canopy, put the old micro mask on the top as it is, well, as it says on the instructions, so that's all done. You see that part there with the armoured glass bit, that's attached, that's on the masking's on that one. There's a tiny bit of the old mask I've got to put on there, but to save time I'm going to stick this on there first and then I'll stick the mask on top. But before I commit to the old PVA, because that's what I use for all my perspex, or the clear canopies, is just to make sure that it does fit, and yeah, it fits like you would think a Tamiya would, like a glove. So that's on there like that. Just want to check inside, nothing's fouling anything, so perfect. And this main one here, the main canopy, just to make sure I don't get my fingers all over the mascot which I've already put on there. It's probably a lot better way of actually doing this, Lenny, isn't it, you plum? Right, there you go. That is on-ish. Yeah, that'll fit. Oh, you dick. Let me have a look. See, this is what happens when you don't do as you're told. Right, I think I've got away with that one, that's fine. So what I'll do is, let me just do the opposite. Let's stick that in there first. And stick that one in there. And that should, there you go, just pops in. There you go. In. Sorted. So what I'll do is, before I commit to the actual glue itself, well, I'll take it off anyway. What I'll do is I'll prime this bit. I've already done the actual wings themselves anyway. I'll prime it, but I'll do obviously the canopy first using the interior green, and then what I'll do is I'll just completely coat it with a primer. Okay, for that one I'm going to use Ocean Grey 2. Why? I don't know, it's the first one I came to. So there you go. Right, what we've got is the main fuselage, that's all primed. Did the internal green first on the actual canopy itself. I've got a gap, I don't know if you can see it, it's just there. That is through my own exuberance. That was where the tab was on the sprue. So what I can do is just take it off, or at least leave it. I can fill that with some PVA, that'd be none the wiser. So let me just put that to one side. So the next thing we're going to do, what I'm going to do is, I got wash everywhere, is basically pre-shade everything first before I start going on to some other colours. Now I'm using a Hataka paint which is jet black, so it is quite stark. So all I'm going to do is just run some lines over where the panel lines are. That's coming out a little bit too much. And basically it's just like this, just all over the kit. Because what I want to do is, because underneath will be the D-Day, obviously the invasion stripes. But I'll tell you what will look on the actual doing the squirt too. Obviously you've got the white, you've got all the invasion stripes on the wing and the tail, and underneath you've got them on the tail of the horizontal stabilizers there as well. So here we go. So let me crack on with that and I'll get back to you in a sec. Right, that's all the pre-shading done. One thing I've neglected to do is actually put the flap system together, because I may as well do that because the invasion stripes and everything else will be on it. Anyway, that in a second. Just to let you know, and just to show you, hopefully I get that on camera, it's basically I've just used the jet black. Very sort of like, I don't know, I've just slapped it on and that's how I do it. And when it comes down to the main colour, well, you'll see it, just light coats, go into the individual sort of like panels, light coat, and it just slowly and slowly just builds it up. But what I'll do is, before obviously I do put the main coat on, what I'm going to do is, especially with the wings, as it's going to be an olive drab, pop the wing on. I'll put the invasion stripes on first, mask them up. Then once the flat system's on, you don't even have to put in glue it in, you can just take it out as many times as you want. But what I'll do is I'll start putting silver around here, around the gun bays and ammunition bays and all the rest of it, and stick some micro mask on with a sponge, just little dots, nothing too like outlandish, but in just other different areas as well with the black, so the black will interact with the actual aluminium. And the aluminium which I'll use is this. Now the Hataka one, once you start painting light coats over, a lot of the metallic paints that you use, you can go and that's it, it's gone. You can't see any of the pre-shading, if you were to do that. But with this, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and whatever. As long as it's light coats, you'll still see, thanks Molly, that sort of like black coming through. So that's the reason why I've stuck it on the actual pegs, or the legs as it were, for the undercarriage. But that I would have to demonstrate on a natural metal finish. Unfortunately this isn't, so that's what I'll be using. So what we'll do is, let me see what we've done so far on this video, which doesn't feel like a lot, but anyway. We'll get the flaps off the sprues, get them together, and I'll show you how they go together, and we'll go from there. Right, very quickly what I'll do is, let me just show you how the flaps go together. You've got, on section 9 here, you've got a choice of either up or down. I'm going for the down, so just be aware when you actually take the part off the sprue, you do get the right one. And it's just basically slotting them into the 3 slots there, then sticking that over the top. Now, when I did this to the bubble top, we talk about flaps and that kind of business, and are they going to fit? You know, are they going to foul? Am I going to get a heart attack or a stroke or whatever? And flaps always seem to be doing that. But let me just show you this. Now, working from left to right, sorry, there's a bit of sand is still on now. So going from left to right, literally, you could pop that in. Take two, you can pop that in. It's making me out to be a bloody liar now. Anyway, when I did this on the bobble top, I just put it in and I was like, oh. Anyway, let's get some glue in. Right, let's pop some glue in there. Grab that, pop it in, and that's it. You don't have to worry about getting it mega straight, because when you put that onto the actual part there, it's all going to go whoop, and it's all going to be all nice and central. How's it go, Lenny? Whoop, there you go. So pop that in, another bit, zonk that right in there. And the last one. All I say is what? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Well, I've done that the wrong way around. You. Hang on. I completely balls that up. No, I haven't. Try. It just looked really weird then. I thought, shit, what have I done now? Right, and just pop that on. Slide straight on. Pop it up. Click, click, click. And do you know what that is? I just followed that. Well, it says that's right on the, hang on a minute, I'm going absolutely balmy. Let's just stick the wings on. You know, you look at something and you think, oh crap, what have I done now? Yeah, this will be this one. Alright, bear with me. Yeah, it is right. Sorry, I looked at it and I thought, nah, that can't be right. But it is. I think, hang on a minute. I think I'm going mad. Oh no, no, that's right. Bloody hell. Yeah, alright, I'm getting there, Molly, I'm getting there. Right. I wasn't wrong. That's how it is. Bloody hell. Right, all I'm going to do now is just glue it in, do the next one. Shouldn't need much cleanup at all on it, and I'll just give it a prime. Right, what I've done is, I had to do it off camera, is I've basically gone over with the Hataka aluminium paint, and I've gone over places where I think that obviously either the crew have been on, ground crew taking off the ammo panels and, you know, servicing their guns and stuff. All different random bits all over it, most more on that side than that side, up and down the fuselage, on the leading edges of the wings. Haven't put any on the flaps because obviously you don't want to put your feet on there because you'll just tear them off. And you know, the odds and sods, and while I was at it, I just painted the undercarriage legs as well. What else? So what I'm going to do is now is well, I want to go on to doing the actual invasion stripes, but doing the white first of all. But obviously I've got the silver around here and the white to do around this nose cone or this cowling. But I'm going to have to actually do that separately because, yeah, because I'll need to put the mask around that first and then paint it, if you know what I mean, and then mask it up for the olive drab. So I'll put that to one side. So what I'll do is now is just get the paint sorted out, and what I'm going to be using is a NATO black and a insignia white, which is an off-white, a little bit, it looks like it's got a buff in it, so it's like a, I don't know, yeah, a buff, so it's not pure white. So what I'm going to do is just get the plans out, see where they stop and start, and crack on with it. So bear with me. Right, so we've got the plans, make sure I go the right way. Load up the airbrush with the insignia white, and literally this is going to take a while, but like I said before, all you're looking at doing is just putting down a very, very thin coat to start with, and then you just build up and up and up. And one thing you do need to make sure is that you go right to the leading edge of the wings. And once I've done a couple of passes, you just randomly just shove it everywhere, and that is going to go over to about here. I'll go over it, as in go over the area that will be covered, and that's all I'm going to do. Okay, and just leave it. Go over again onto the other side, and let me just open up the valve a little bit. And that's all I'm going to do is just keep going over and over and over until I'm happy with what pre-shading I've got coming through. Once that's done, I can just carry on, start masking it up, and put the NATO black on. So if you just leave that with me, I shall crack on and come back in a short while. Toodle-pip. Right, that wing is slowly but surely, it's getting there. It's almost like, I don't know, not black basing, but sort of like same principle. You sort of like go around and just go around swirly lines, and you can see that there's quite a stark contrast between, let's say, the black and the dark grey, along with the white. Now that's something that I'm after, but obviously I don't want it too stark. So it's just literally going around in random places, and if I see something that catches my eye, like this bit here, then I'll just go around. But one thing I don't want it to be is like a flat white, you know, just completely white, if you know what I mean. Dulux white, that'll do. So again, I'm just going to go around, and it is just random, you know, you're going to have to be that panel, that, you just get on with it and just chuck it down. But the thing is, one thing that I found, and I've learned this on the forum, I've learned it from other people, is if you cock it up, then you're not, that's not licensed for you to chuck your model, you know, into the orbit or whatever. It's for you to think, right, okay, that's what I did wrong. You learn from it, then you come back with a paint and you just go over it, or you start again, or you do whatever you need to do just to try and, you know, get some sort of like, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Closure on it, you know what I mean? So don't think you're governed by other people. You're not. The only person you're governed by is yourself. And really, it's you're going to make your life as easy or as hard as you want. But I like easy, so I do take the easy route quite a lot when it comes down to modelling. And that's it. We'll carry on a little bit further. Right, well there you go. That's how I'm going to leave the white as it is. Next thing will be to mask it all up, as it were, and go for the black. So what I'm going to be doing is slowly but surely putting it all masked up. One thing I won't do is just go over, you know, the ins and outs. Is pretty basic, pretty simple, and I'll do it like everyone else would. And once it's done, I can completely mask it all up, and it'll be ready for the neutral grey, and then the actual olive green or olive drab on this side. Okie dokie. Right. There you go. Oh, bloody hell. Right, well, oh, nurse. That's going to be pretty much it for this video. I've been at it for about 4 hours, so I'm happy with progress I've made so far on it today. I'm off tomorrow, so I shall have another stab at it tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have everything mashed off and ready for the neutral grey, and I'll go straight on to the olive drab, and also getting the bits and pieces with the weathering and using the mask or the micro mask. I have already done it with the front cowling as well over the white, so we'll see. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, so that's how I model anyway. Don't be surprised if you see Barry White here again. So I'm just reading it on my thing. I've got a Harry on its way. Not a real one, but anyway. So yeah, hopefully I can crack on with it a little bit more. Okay. As you can see, Molly is really interested in this whole thing. Right, I'm off. I shall see you on the next video. Okay, until then, happy modelling, keep yourself well, and yeah, I'll just see you on the next video. Okay, ta-da.